Howard, what you got, baby?
I got another win to the NFC Championship game. How much did Jalen help the running game because he could do everything?
Yeah, Jalen always is going to help the running game big time because of what he can do and the threat that he poses back on the backside. Even if he's not carrying it, right? Even if he's not having runs to him, and thanks, Bob, and everything like that, he's still going to affect the game. And that's what he did, right? He affected the game because he demands attention on the backside, and right, not that, but he runs the show out there, right? He's like a point guard, right? And so he's getting us to good checks. We have checks on. That's that's a good defense. They pose a lot of problems. Wink Martindale is a great coordinator. He's a great coordinator. His guys play hard for him. Brian Dable's a great head coach. His guys play hard for him, and they pose a lot of issues. And so the quarterback's got to go in there and help. With those when teams pose issues like that, and Jalen was, he was like, he's like Iverson. Was Iverson a shooting guard or a point? Who was he? Shooting. Who's our best point guard ever? I'm sorry, I don't know that. Who? It was like Mo Cheeks out there. All right. Do you like that? Do you like the Mo Cheeks comparison?
Yeah, actually, It's not bad.
Right. I'm staying with Howard.
How much did Jalen changed the play at the line of scrimmage?
We have checks on things at times, and sometimes we have call it and run and play. And so I can't give you a number, Howard. But he was in complete control out there.
Nick, what was the message to the team after the game? What was the locker room like after the first playoff?
Yeah, it was lit in there, right? It was fun in there, right? You got to enjoy those moments. You got to enjoy those times, and it was fun. We had a good time in there. But the message was what the schedule was, and what it's been all year. Like, I don't care who we play, right? It's about when the motivation, and this is something that Coach Wright, Jay Wright talks to me a lot about, when the motivation's for each other, right? When the motivation's for each other, it doesn't matter who you play, right? It's about not wanting to let your teammates down, and he's so convicted when he tells me things like that. I love it, and I've adopted that message, and so that was what it was about. Like, hey, we're going to rest tomorrow. We're going to figure out who we play tomorrow. But make no mistake about it, our biggest motivation is the love that we have in this room and not want to letting each other down. Coaches, players, coaches, players, coaches.
Nick, you talked about Jalen's effect on the running game, but that offensive line as well, especially Lane, what he was fighting through. You guys, 268, I think. So what was that offensive line, and what was Lane?
They make it go, right? They make it go. It doesn't matter what level of football you're in. It don't matter if you're in junior high, if you're in JV, if you're in varsity football, if you're in college football, Division 1, 2, 3, if you're in pro football. The O-line and the D-line, you win there, you're going to win a lot of games. And that O-line that we have, that D-line that we have, right, they're special. They got special guys on it. They got special players, and they got special men on it, right? And obviously having Lane out, Lane's the best tackle in the NFL. So to have him back and just shutting down a side, that's huge, right? And so it was awesome to have him back. He makes us go. That entire offensive line makes us go. Jason Kelce sets the table for a lot of things that is happening out there. Jason Kelce is one of the smartest football players I've ever been around. The thing that, like, we're in walkthrough yesterday, and we're lined up wrong in walkthrough, right? And he's telling the walkthrough, he's like, that's not how they line up. You move over here. You move over there. That's not the look, right? He's so smart. He's such a, to be that tough and that smart, that's an incredible thing that he has to do each week, right? To use his brain, but then have to play this crazy physical game against Dexter Lawrence is a really good player. He's a special leader. He's a special center, and then all those guys. They played their butts off today. And so yes, Jalen demands a lot of attention on the backside, but that O-line, they make the things go.
Nick, was there an emphasis to get Dallas Goedert involved early on? He had a strong start to the game.
There's always an emphasis to get Dallas. There's always an emphasis to get AJ. There's always an emphasis to get Devontae. The pass game runs through those three, and sometimes it's going to play out where they're going to, one guy's going to get more touches than the other. That's just the way. This is the ebbs and flows of the year. We got selfless guys that really are excited about the success of their teammates, and it was Dallas's turn early. He made a great play. He's tough to tackle. He is really tough to tackle. He is a big man. I wouldn't want to tackle him. That was a jersey my son wore today. I didn't bring him in here. He got to go celebrate in the locker room with us for a little bit, so he didn't get to come up to the press conference today. But he wore the Dallas Goedert jersey, and he didn't disappoint my son.
What was happening with your interaction with the referee on that almost 2-point conversion attempt?
I was gonna call a timeout there. I didn't love the look, and I was trying to call a timeout, and I think he told me to get back, and I'm like, I'm gonna call a timeout. I don't have the burst that I used to have when I played at Mount Union, where I can sprint 30 yards down to kid a timeout, and so I needed to be down there because I didn't want to tear a hamstring off the bone.
Nick, what do you think of the defensive performance?
Whew, man, would they score 7? Yeah, big time. Jonathan Gannon puts these guys in great positions. Obviously, we have great players, and sometimes I have to hear like some things about Jonathan Gannon, and I don't know if it's you guys. It might be more other people. I won't say names. Angelo, right? But this guy is an unbelievable coordinator. The fact that he doesn't get respect from our radio station blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I know you work at the radio station too, so I'm not even going to say anything about you. But, it blows my mind. This guy is an incredible coordinator. The people love to play for this guy. Listen, you want me to keep going?
I think you made your point.
Why do you even pay attention? Why do you even pay attention?
Well, Bob has to put me on to what they're, the only reason I got to pay attention is because Bob does such a good job at his job that he preps me for questions that I got to answer. And so every time I hear an answer about Jonathan Gannon, I laugh to myself. And matter of fact, coaches from other teams ask me, does Jonathan Gannon get here? I'm like, somehow, yeah. This guy's incredible. He's going to be a head football coach in the National Football League because of what he does. This guy's a stud. He's a stud. I can't wait to talk to Angelo on Monday.
It's all the strategy and the stats about the game, but what emotional lift did Jalen Hurts provide to the entire team and especially at the beginning of the game, that he could do what he wanted to do on the field?
To have him out there is I know this is high praise, but to have him out there is like having I shouldn't even go there, but he's having Michael Jordan out there. He's your leader. He's your leader. He's your guy. He's your hopefully that's the biggest respect I can pay to him. Comparing to his ability to being on the field to a Michael Jordan type. This guy leads. He brings this calmness to the entire team. He plays great football. He's tough as they come. To me, there ain't nobody has played any better football than him this year.
Really amped up here. Is there a point where you have to say, okay, we still have to win the NFC Championship game to get to the Super Bowl?
Heck yeah. This is what dog mentality means, Sal, is that you enjoy it for a second, but you learn from it, right? You learn from the mistakes that you make. You learn from the things that you did well, and you move in the past, right? And so that's the whole thing. Even when we're up 28-0, it's, hey, we're starting again. And it's 0-0. So, of course, we're excited tonight, but we know we have so much bigger goals. And the only next goal is whoever we play next is wanting to win that game and then go from there. So our focus won't change. Our focus is, hey, we're climbing this mountain. We're close. We're close to the top. Don't look at the top yet, though. Look at the steps that you have to make this week. And that's been the message the entire year. Our guys, They say the same thing. Rents due today. There's different ways of saying dog mentality, but it is truly, hey, we're gonna enjoy this one. What time is it? 11:40. I'm probably going to bed when I get home, but we're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna be in the morning. I'll probably let the coaches sleep in a little bit. We'll be in the morning, and we'll correct the mistakes that we made. We'll correct those with the players on Monday, and we'll start to get ready for the next team.
Nick, this offense has been able to bludgeon teams in the running game, and you can also pass teams out of the stadium as well. Has this offense exceeded you and Shane's expectations for this year?
Still trying to just climb. All right, we're still trying to just climb. We played good football. We really have. We've played good football to this date. But we know that we can keep getting better, right? Because we're going to end up playing, practicing more. We're going to end up playing more games. And, our goal is to just get better from this. So, yeah, we like where we're at right now, right? We got a great offensive line. We got great backs. We got great receivers. We got a great quarterback. We got great tight ends. And we're just ready to go to the next challenge. So, our goal is to make sure we're playing our best ball at our next game, and we look to build on this what we did today.
Overall,
I get everybody.
it's been a while since you've had a dominating performance like this. Why do you think that happened tonight?
Say that again.
It's been a while since you've had a dominating, convincing win like this. Why do you think that happened? Where do you think that came from tonight?
Yeah, the guys balled out. We played really good. Played a good full game by everybody. Listen, everybody wants style points in the NFL. I mean, all I'm interested is to make sure that we're getting better every day, and that it might not always look to the outside world of what's happening, right? Of the growth. I've talked about this before. It might not be always to the outside world. You're not always going to play your best game, but we know we're growing because of the way we practice, because of the way we walk through, because of the way we meet, and so. We know we're growing, and listen, I'm never going to apologize for a win, right? We're gonna, if we win, and especially now, we'll correct the mistakes, we'll praise the good things, and we'll move on from there.
I think there was
Last one, folks.
still a little mystery to people on the outside about how much Jalen could really do. How much would you run him? Could you run him? How did that factor into your game planning? Like, did you want to show early on that he could do everything so that everything opens up? Is that a factor at all?
We wanted to run the best things that were best for us, knowing that Jalen was no limitations. So if that was running him, that was running him. It wasn't. We don't kind of think like, hey, we're going to show you guys, right? But he was ready to go. What he did today, and we did the things that we thought was best for us. And again, that doesn't mean he's always going to carry it, but because some of that is determined on the defense. But when he does carry it, he demands that respect on the backside, and nothing was off limits tonight. Who else? I want to make sure I answer everybody.
We got James
Good.
too.
Good. Yeah, you want to talk to James.